Hey you guys, how is everybody doing out there? I hope you're having a super duper fantastical, amazing day. I'm Ashley with AHM Artistry for those of you who do not know me, but for the rest of you guys, my fan bam, I have to give you guys a shout out because the last video that I did where I did the Jawbreaker palette reveal and like me using it for the first time, swatches and all that comment section was exceptionally like lit.
Not like a regular mom, I'm a cool mom.
It was off the hook amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to comment with me, comment with each other about what you're excited about these shades, about the whole palette, everything, about how your day's going, all of that. So many of you guys commented what you would like to see, what colors you would like to see and everything, but you guys had me cracking up. In that video, so many of you were commenting like, oh, I would really love to see you do such and such, or use this liquid lipstick as a liner, or whatever. And then you would edit your comment because like, oh, a couple minutes later, you did exactly that. So I was dying, I was laughing because I would get the comments and I was thinking, oh, you'll see it in a sec, and then you would. And I love that you updated that and you saw that. And I love that because I feel like it's like, you guys are my people. You get me. You can like already predict what I want to do, what I should do, because you guys want to see it too. And it's just like, you, me, you, me, you, me, you. I seriously, I love it. I love it. I just had so much fun filming that video, but mostly like commenting with you guys on that video. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to those of you who actually take the time out of your day to do that. I love it. You guys are just obsessed about makeup as I am, and I love that I'm not alone in that and that I can share my addiction with somebody. So if you just stumbled upon this video and you were just like, what is a fan bam? What is she talking about? Well, fan bam is just an obnoxious way to say my subscriber family, you guys who watch my videos consistently, who comment, who are subscribed. And if you want to be a part of that little kooky crew, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. Then you'll get notified when I post new videos, which is at least 3 times a week. So we're going to be jumping into this video right now. I am super excited, you guys. I'll show you the looks right here that you can expect in this video, and I am just loving it. If you are wanting to see some looks with the mini Jawbreaker palette, make sure that you are subscribed as well, because I will be doing that in the next couple weeks. Another like 1 or 2, maybe 3 looks in one video. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I want to play with this guy. So many of you guys said that you actually prefer the look of this palette than the big one. So I'm definitely going to be doing a video on that. So stay tuned for that. But for this video right here today, we're going to be doing this 3 eye looks using the full-size Jawbreaker palette. And if you want to see all that, if that all sounds good and dandy to you guys, well, then you know what to do. Sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. First up, let's do this really bright and vibrant look. You can see that I paired it with one of his summer collection liquid lippies, and we are gonna just jump right into it right meow. So to start off this eye look, I'm gonna go in with the JEFFREE Star Magic Star Concealer, and this is the shade C0, which is white, because anytime I wanna play with these bright colors or the pastels, I like to lay down as light of a base as I can to just really help them pop. I'll be carving out my eyebrows and then placing it all over the lid. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set right underneath the entire brow, and I'm probably doing this in literally every tutorial today. Going in with the Virgin and just popping it right underneath there. The reason why I only set right here is because I want the rest of the colors and the pigments to really stick onto the primer, and this helps me still get a little bit of a blend right there without taking away from the pigmentation. Now I'm gonna go in with that light purple lavendery pastel shade called Gumdrop. It is so gorgeous. And I'm gonna pop it right into my crease and then gently diffuse that out all over. Look at that. I can actually see this pastel right off the bat, which I just love. I know I played with some of these pastels in the very first video that I did, and I was very impressed. Very impressed. By the way, I'm doing this purple look because it was the most requested shades that I used in this palette. Quite a bit of you guys said, just do a purple look, please. Purples are calling to me, and here I am because they're calling to me too. They are beautiful. I love it. It was very hard to decide though if I wanted to do a purple in this video because there are some really pretty purples in the mini palette, which I'm gonna be doing a video using the mini palette as well, but couldn't help myself. I gotta give you guys, I gotta give my fan bam what you want this round, because you guys are right. Look at this. So pretty. So pretty. I'm so impressed by this shade. Oh, it's everything. It is everything that I wanted a pastel purple to be and more. Like literally, wow. You see how easy that blended? Do you see it? I think you see it. I think you do. It's amazing. And it just, reel it in, girl, reel it in. I can't, I won't, you can't stop me. I'm excited. I love it. Okay, this side's gonna look weird, by the way, because I have a recovering pimple right there that just so randomly decided to plop onto my face a couple of days ago, so that's great. Now I'm gonna go in with kind of like a more pointed blending brush. This one is from BH Cosmetics, and I'm gonna go in with Bite Me, and it is a deep purple metallic shade. Now you may be thinking to yourself, girl, why? Why are you putting a metallic shade on your crease? And I'm gonna say, you must be new here, because we all know around here, the whole fam bam can agree that makeup is for fun, and sometimes we like to bend the rules over here, and we're gonna pop it in anyways, and it looks gorgeous. Just trust me, trust me. Deepen up this purple right here. I mean, come on, just look at how cool that is. Look at how deep and dimensional it looks. Most of my fam bam already knows that I like to do this. I don't care, and a lot of you guys like to do this too, and if you haven't tried it yet, try it. Try it. You may like it, Sam I Am. You may like it. Oh, that is like a royalty purple, really pretty. And I like that it's not blending out to be pink or anything, because I have a lot of purple shades that do that. This one is just staying really vibrant, purple, and beautiful. Now before we move on, I'm just going back and forth between the different shades and just cleaning up this line. Something that I know people don't often talk about, but I'm always kind of going back in and fine tuning as I'm going along. So this is that white shade, kind of buffing that color, making sure there's still a nice transition there. And I take my fluffy brush that I had the original pastel shade on. I didn't re-dip it, but I'm just gonna gently buff because there's still a little bit of color on that. And then that gives that little soft, diffused look. Okay, moving on. Now I'm gonna go in with this little packing brush right onto Bite Me, that deep purple shade, and put it on the outer edges. See how it blended out though, and it's not like crazy metallic shimmery. It's still, it has this glow about it. I think it's super underrated to do that. If you patted this on with a finger, I think it would keep some of that metallic essence, but because it's blended out, it just looks, it looks glowy and it just looks really cool. Okay, now I want to deepen this up a little tiny bit. So I'm gonna try to take Delicious. It's kind of like a very deep navy blue shade. And I'm gonna very gently blend out the corner. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Yeah, that just kind of deepens it a little bit. So you don't have to use that shade by itself. You can use it to deepen up some of these shades in here. Smudge it up here. Let's smudge a little bit into the crease too. Why not? Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with a concealer again, and we're gonna carve out that crease. Now, I could totally just lay down that light blue pastel pigment, be on my way, and have a little Ursula moment, but we're not gonna do that today. Although, Ursula freaking rocked a cut crease before we even knew what that was, and I shouldn't be talking so aggressively because I just messed that up. Hang on, I just pat that out a little bit. Okay, all right, kind of fix that a little bit. Whoops, okay, let me just get to the point here. I'm gonna work on one eye at a time. I'm gonna go in with this shade. It's quite the controversial name, so I ain't gonna say it because I don't wanna be demonetized. And it's gonna be this one right here. It's a bright neon coral pinky orange, and it is beautiful. We're gonna layer that on right over this concealer. Oh, wow. That is such a beautiful shade. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It is my neon dreams right there. That is amazing. And I want to blend it with the deep orange shade. And then that way we can kind of see how different the two shades are. Now this one's more of like a true bright orange. The other one's more of a pink coral orange. And they're both beautiful. They look really cool together. I love that. I love that. I'm gonna go back in with Bite Me, that deep purple, and just take this itty bitty brush. This was the Sigma E36, and just make sure that crease is nice and defined. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and then we will move on. We have a couple more things to do with this look, but not much more. It's almost done. Now I think I'm going to, on my lower lash line, do that pink and orange. I don't think I'm gonna mess with the purple unless I change my mind, but I think that I want to do that. I really like it and I want it to be very vibrant and bright and beautiful. I'm gonna do the pinky corally shade first. And then go in with the orange shade right next to that. Great, now I wish I had a bright neon orange pencil liner. Now I need to buy one of those. Okay, I didn't realize. Hopefully LA Girl has one because I love their gel liners. Now for inner corner, let's go in with what? Snack. Let's try Snack. It's like that shimmer shade right here. Go in with that. See how that looks? Oh, that's perfect because it has like a pinky purpley essence to it. It looks so much darker in the pan than actually shows up. This is my second time using the shade. Look at how dark it looks and then look at it going on. Like that's almost white. It just has like this pinky purple undertone, which is gorgeous. Just don't expect it to be as dark as it is. You know what I mean? It's a little bit tricky shade. Okay, now I'm gonna take this one step further. You can totally be done with it and be happy with this. It's beautiful all on its own, but I want to incorporate one of his liquid lipsticks in these looks. So I'm going to go in with Strawberry Crush. Again, do not feel like you have to use this for multiple reasons. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. I think it stands on its own. But I did also have some requests to try to incorporate the liquid lipsticks into the eye looks. So I'm going to do it with this one. And let me find my little tiny itty bitty brush. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand, just as I was doing with my concealer. And I'm gonna just line right up here just to kind of emphasize that cut creaseness. I don't know if this brush will work, but we're gonna find out together. It's not really going on. I think it matches too much and it does kind of move around the shadow a little bit. So should I try? No offense. I don't know how many of you guys out there bought this limey slime green one and I had a little bit of trouble with it. Am I willing to risk this eye look? I think I have to try it and I can fix it if it doesn't work out. So let's go ahead and try it. It's good for you guys to see me put these to the test anyways. Gotta find out. Let me do a different brush too. I think the other one was just too finely pointed. Let me just do this little tiny brush. When I did my first video, I had a challenging time with this on my eyes, but let's try it today. That's going so much better. Whoa. That's really cool. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Don't know what it is about that. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. All right, I think that looks really cool. Again, you don't have to do that, but if you have it, that is cool. That liquid lipstick is a little bit tricky to work with. I found going with itty bitty tiny strokes and keep redipping my brush and go redipping my brush. So it's not that user friendly. However, I don't have a shade that works like this. So for me, that's the best. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're thinking about whether to get this product or not. If you want to kind of go in with the hassle. As a liquid lipstick, I've worn it one time before. Again, it is kind of tricky to work with. It's a little bit skippy. You kind of have to finesse it. It comes across a little bit patchy and you have to kind of layer and layer and dry and layer, and it can kind of shift on you. So a little bit tricky to work with. I still need to try the nude shades to find out if that is worth the hype, because I think a couple of you guys mentioned that the really pigmented, colorful shades are notoriously kind of tricky. So I still have hope. I'm still gonna try them out, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face and everything like that, and we will finish up this look and then move on to the next. All right, so here is the finished look all done up. Obviously, I paired it with the liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star in Strawberry Crush, part of the summer collection, and you don't have to do that. You can do a nude lip just like I was wearing in the intro and do whatever you want to do, boo. This is very, very bright, very colorful, and I am loving it. But now let's go ahead and move on to a more soft and subtle look. For the next look, we are going to be doing this kind of neutrally soft, natural look with those pops of colors in there. Now, I wasn't originally going to do a neutral, natural type of look, but I had so many requests on my last video to try to incorporate one, and specifically basically a natural neutral look with a pop of color, so you guys could have some fun with that. And I can't deny it, I'm gonna do that. Obviously, we're doing that today. So that's part of the reason why too I decided to do this multiple looks in one video, so I can incorporate a lot of your guys' requests. I love that. I love that you guys requested all these different looks, and I'm so excited. So let's do this neutral look with a pop of color. I'm gonna start with prepping my eyelid with the Tarte Shape Tape. I need something that's a little more heavy duty right now because, as you know, I've been playing with this palette and I have a little bit of pink staining, and I need it to cover up my eyelids really, really well, or else it would, you know, just be harder to cover with a neutral eye look. I don't want it to look muddy. I don't want the pink to come through. I want to cover it up. And I'm gonna be bringing it all the way to my inner corner because, you know, we're gonna be popping some color there in a bit. Now to set underneath my eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with a mix of Virgin and Good Morning just to kind of tone down that white a little bit so it's not too stark, and put it right underneath the brow. Now I'm gonna go in with Cone. This is a beautiful, beautiful transition shade that's nice and neutral, but it has like an orangey kind of orange creamsicle undertone to it. I'm just gonna diffuse and blend out that transition shade. I love that transition shade. I just think it's really, really, really pretty. Now I'm gonna go in with this more pointed blending brush, and I'm gonna go in with Tasty. It's like a cool tone, taupey brown. And we're gonna pop it into the crease and not blend as high as we did the transition. Now I'm gonna do the outer corners with that same shade. And then I'm gonna do like a very simple blown out, not full cut crease, just patting it with my finger. I'm gonna go in with Jawbreaker, that shimmery shade. And then I'm gonna leave this little space right here because I'm gonna put some other color in there. This one is kind of like a yellowy, shimmery shade, not like full on white like it looks in the pan, kind of duochrome. Now I'm gonna be doing my lower lash line as some pop of color, but I'm gonna show you this in case you don't want to do your lower lash line with a pop of color. You can incorporate a little pop right over here. So I'm gonna take this shade Wow, and I'm gonna put it right over here. It's an area of the eye that people often forget that looks really cool with a tiny itty bitty pop of color. And this yellow blends really nicely into that shimmery white yellow shade that we just laid down. If you are having trouble with the color popping, you can always add a little bit of concealer first and then put this color down. But I feel like it's pretty pigmented. It's working pretty well. Now for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take the shade Lemon Drop. Very, very amazing gold yellow metallic. And I'm gonna smudge it right down here. Again, if you don't want to do any color on the lower lash line, just do exactly what you did on the top and place it on the bottom. If you're looking for that pop, then follow along. Now I'm gonna take Jawbreaker again and pop it right into the inner corner. But we are not done yet. No, no. You could 100% leave it like that. That is just like a soft whisper of another color, just a little touch of yellow. But I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna play. So let me go in with Bubblegum right here, and I'm gonna put that on the inner corner and see how that looks. Oh, I think that is so cute. So adorable, and that's why I laid down the Jawbreaker first, so it kind of dilutes it a little bit and then adds a little bit of a shimmer essence to that. Now for liner, I'm going to do this part with you guys really quickly because I want to really enhance that yellow, really make it stand out. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Shockwave liner, and this one is called Screamin'. It's screaming, man. Look at that. Wow. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do liner and lashes. Of course, you could take it however you want. You can throw a wing on there. I'm just gonna do a little tight line on top, and then you could of course just do mascara if you want a more subtle look. But I'm gonna be doing lashes today. Where'd they go? They fell on the ground. I'm gonna use the Eylure X Vegas Night Bronze Beauty because they're just really soft, really fluttery, and I love them for the more like natural look. I mean, we're bordering into colorful, but that's the whole point. So I'll be back in a flippy flash. Alright, you guys, here is the completed look all done, and I am really enjoying how this turned out, and I love how you can take it in all different types of directions. You can keep it totally neutral, which I didn't know if it was possible with the Jawbreaker palette. I mean, anything is possible, but you know what I mean. And I like that you can incorporate different colors, whatever your fancy, into this look, because a lot of these have beautiful pairings that you could do. You could do the orange. Oh, that would be amazing. You can do the reds. I was gonna do the purples, honestly, but the yellow was just speaking to me, and then I love that little pop of pink in there. So let me know what pops of color you would add to this neutral look. What are you jiving with? What are you liking? And let's go ahead and move on to the next look. Next, we have this super like icy type of vibes, total slushy moment, and a little bit of a red, white, and blue situation too. I'm uploading this on the week of 4th of July in the States, so you can incorporate this anytime you want a red, white, and blue type of look, but icy is really the inspiration here. These 3 specific shades were just calling my name in the palette, and I can't wait to create for you guys, so let's get started. So for this look, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer in C0, which is white. I just wanted to make sure that those colors really pop, and this will cancel out the base as well. So whatever you have that you think will work nicely, even if it's just like a concealer to cancel everything out, then try that. And if I'm ever using a concealer or like a white base, I always try to soften the edges. That way when I go to do my foundation, there's not like a hard line or anything. Now to set right underneath my brow, I'm gonna be going into that white shade called Virgin. Just sweep it all along that brow bone area and right up here. Now I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade first, which is Brain Freeze right here, and I'm gonna take it right into the inner corner. Oh, that is beautiful. That is nice and pastel, but still has some pigment to it. And just gently kind of buff that out. Wow, this shade seriously should have been in Blue Blood. Look at that. It is so soft and pretty, yet has some pigment to it. Okay, I'm really happy about that. Really happy. Just cleaned off my brush, and now I'm gonna go in with Raspberry, this really pretty maroon kind of red shade. This one looks like a total dupe for one of the shades in the Blue Blood palette. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe Fresh Meat? Yeah, I think it's Fresh Meat. And I'm gonna put it on the other side. Oh, that's such an icy vibe. Oh my goodness, you guys. I love icies. It's one of those things that I never get, but when I do, I love them. I'm not big into sweets and candy, but icies have a special place in my heart. And it's one of those things that my mom craved when she was pregnant with me, was like slushies and icies and anything like that. And I love them. Love them. Look at how pretty. Oh my goodness. That shade is actually already performing better than I think Fresh Meat did. Because my Fresh Meat shade in Blood Sugar, it's a little bit dry. This one, it's blending already super nicely. Now I'm gonna go in with this smaller blending brush and just make sure that blue is nice and blended. I'm gonna bring it right into the middle up here. I guess you could say kind of past the middle, because I'm gonna be creating a little blend with the red shade right there. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little bit of that red shade Raspberry and just do the same thing. Just lightly blending it. Okay, now right here in the middle, I'm blending the red and the blue together. Because you know, like when an icy has that, have you ever gotten an icy where it's like you mix the raspberry and the blue raspberry together, whatever the flavors, red and the blue together, and then they kind of start to turn a little bit purple the more you drink it? So that's kind of what I'm creating in the middle there by buffing that red shade into the blue that I carried over. But I don't want to do it too far because I don't want to muddy them up and I don't want to ruin the definition. Just very gentle strokes going back and forth. And then I'm going to dip into both Brain Freeze and Raspberry, both those shades, and then gently add just so you get a little bit more of that purple vibe, but I don't want too much. So it's kind of like fine tuning and going back and forth just until I'm happy with it, which I'm pretty happy with. Wow. Okay, let's go into the spotlight kind of situation. So I'm gonna grab my Magic Star Concealer again in the white shade, put some on the back of my hand, take my little itty bitty brush that I like to cut my crease with and do my spotlights with. Okay, and if I'm working with a large spotlight like this one with concealer and everything, then I will work on one eye at a time. So I'm gonna be doing a reverse situation like I did with the Alter Ego, what is that, Goddess palette. So I really like how that turned out. So I'm gonna do that same thing. I'm gonna start with Brain Freeze because it's the lighter shade and put it on the edge. Oh, look at that, really, really pretty. Now I'm gonna go in with Jawbreaker, which is this shade right here, this one. I'm gonna mix Jawbreaker and Virgin because Jawbreaker turns pretty yellow and I don't want it to be too yellow. I want it to be more of an icy white. And I have ones in other palettes, but I want to just utilize this palette. And now go in with Raspberry. Now I'm just gonna work on going in, fine-tuning everything, blending out all the edges, and it's gonna create that little itty-bitty tiny like slightly purple shade in between those two. Now I'm taking that Jawbreaker shade and I want to amp up that shimmer, so I'm just gonna pat it right over, blending it in between the red and the blue. Right, I'm gonna go do my other eye, kind of fine-tune, and then we'll do the lower lash line. Right, totally tripping me out. So we're gonna do the lower lash line. We're not gonna do it as meticulous just because I don't have enough space for that. So I'm gonna do the red, blue, blue, and then the yellow in the middle, not yellow, the whatever, Jawbreaker, whitish, shifty yellow shimmer shade. And we're gonna do that. So let's do that. Yeah. Starting with the lighter shades because I'm using the same brushes and I don't want to have to work really hard to clean off the darker shades, you know? That blue is so freaking pretty. So nice. Someone commented saying that the red shades kind of blend out pink, and I have to agree with this raspberry shade specifically. It is, I mean, it's perfect for this icy look that I want to do, but it doesn't look like how it does in the pan, which is kind of how Fresh Meat is in Blue Blood. So it looks very deep, dark maroon, but it's very pinky red. It's gorgeous, it's blending nice, it's pigmented, but it's not what it looks like in the pan, in case you're wondering. Okay, lower lash line edges don't have to be perfect. I'm doing this before my base makeup because I like to kind of blend a little bit when I'm patting out my foundation and stuff. Let's do a little itty bitty tiny bit of this concealer. I'm gonna just use my pinky for this. Just gives the shimmer something to stick to, make it a little more vibrant. And then take my pinky and go back into a Jawbreaker. Oh, that's so, oh yes, so pretty, love that. And I want to make sure that has a nice blend, of course, so it doesn't need much, just tiny itty bit over that shimmer. And then let's pop in inner corner. I think I'm just gonna do the Jawbreaker shade. I think there's enough going on with this look. I can just, yeah, bring it all together with this. Oh yeah, yep, cool, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go finish liner, lashes, foundation, everything. I'm gonna finish everything else and you can see the finished look all done, and I'll give you some makeup deets as well for the rest of stuff that's going on with my face. All right, so just finishing everything up, but I wanna use one of these shades as a highlighter. So I'm gonna use Jawbreaker that we've been using on my brush, and I wanna see how that works because I think it'll be pretty nice. Let's see. Ooh, that's nice. That's pretty. Yeah, you can tell very yellowy, but it complements. Obviously, it coordinates with our eye look because that's what we used in the eye look. So there's no guessing games. Oh, it builds up really nicely. Oh, look at a little highlighter within this eyeshadow palette. Would you look at that? And then for lips, I did like a nude lip that has kind of a purpley cool type of undertone to coordinate with this look. I think it paired pretty nicely together, but I want to kind of take it a little next level. And I'm going to go in with my Platinum Ice palette from JEFFREE Star, and let's put some highlighter in the center. This one is Pink Chill. That's pretty. Oh, very space intergalactic type of situation going on. I like that. I like that a lot. So this is the completed look. This is everything all done. Of course, I'm gonna list all the makeup that I used right in the sidebar right here so you can see everything. I'm really enjoying this look a lot. I'm probably saying it about all these looks, but I'm loving this palette. Like, I'm loving the just everything. Total icy moment. I'm totally craving an icy now. I want to go to the movie theaters and have an icy because yum, 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 yum. All right, you guys, thank you so much for sitting down and watching my little eye tutorials and the little looks that I not only put together, but was inspired by you guys in the comment section of the last video. Thank you so much. If there is one specific look or color scheme that you liked from today's video, feel free to comment that down below and we will get a chat going. And I have some comments from the last video on the mini jawbreaker, that looks that you guys want to see and colors you want incorporated, but here's another opportunity to comment down below what you want to see with that video. Maybe I'll do one tutorial, maybe I'll do another 3-in-1. I'm not sure. It depends on my feedback and what you guys want, but I think it's beautiful. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a lot of people really love this color scheme, and I do too. I think that they are both good together and both good on their own. You don't have to have the two. You can do you, boo. If you are new here and you just stumbled upon my channel for the very first time seeing my face, or maybe the second or your third and you haven't committed yet, well, I'll give you the opportunity right now to go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down below. That way you get notified when I post new videos, which is at least 3 times a week, and I have so much fun filming for you guys. I hope you can tell. I have so much fun talking to you guys and just chilling and just applying makeup, having a grand old time, and I just love it. And I love you guys, and I thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope that every single one of you out there, seriously, every single one of you guys, make sure to have a great, freaking awesome, wonderful, beautiful, freaking vibrant day.